Howdy, y'all. It's been a little while. This is just an update for basically the last month and a half of little bits of work that I've done here and there. I haven't really done too much. When it gets cold out, I just lose all the motivation. Even though it's inside, it still isn't that warm in my house most of the winter. But anyway, just putting some drywall in here in the front bedroom. And the second piece I'm about to put up here, it was one of the free pieces I got a little while ago, and it almost fit perfectly, so I used it anyway. Down in the corner, it was a little off, but we'll just use a trim piece to get that to look a-okay in the end. Hide it as you would, but anyway, there's a little breakdown of what I've got going so far. All right, back here, or up here in the front bedroom, and I put these two pieces of drywall in. I cut in the light switch there, but I forgot to cut in a electrical outlet in one of these walls. This is the one that I'll probably do it on. So now we got to figure out how to cut that in and nail a box there. The nails are at an angle, so you have to be farther out than the wall to nail it in. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it with that sheetrock in. I'm sure they buy old work boxes that are made to be put in existing drywall or whatever, so maybe I'll just have to buy one of those. And yep, I just bought an old work box for this hole that I'm punching out. Anyway, but what we're working on right now is this is the one sort of doorway that I haven't enclosed yet. I don't have any doorways finished. I don't have the header up here, and there's no door casings, which right there is the one door casing I have as a template for the new doors. And that one's actually going to be here for the bathroom, but there will be a little bit of a wall here. So it's a weird angle. So what I did was just got some cardboard and kind of cut it into the length of what would fit here, and then kind of just made little notches in the cardboard and kind of fit it into place, and then transferred it onto a 2x4 and got it as close as possible. Just have to cut the little end off here and a end off on that one to make it fit, obviously. And then I'll make one for the top, and then make the wall 2x4s, and then obviously the door is going to be right there, so I'll just cut that off like I did my other walls, but make it as one unit before I put it into place. So hopefully that'll work out and be all right. So anyway, we'll keep going. And just laying this one out here, and this is some weathered wood, but it's perfectly fine. And I didn't feel like breaking out the compressor because it was such a small wall to build, so just did the hammer nail trick and got that put up and cut the bottom piece out to have it stay where it needs to be. All right. Yep, last night we got this in here. I figured it's pretty much the last wall, I guess, but then I thought about in the master bathroom, there needs to be a wall for the shower and around the toilet for the backside of the toilet for vent pipes and all that good stuff. So it's almost the last wall. One more to do there in the master bath. But anyway, yeah, so this is just the doorway. I'm trying to figure out if I want to put the light switch box here or on the inside. I'll probably put it here, but then you get the jokey person that when someone's in the shower, they come and turn this off on the outside. So who knows? Maybe I'll put when I put the vanity in here, maybe I'll put a light separate on top of the vanity light, and put the switch there, and just have this switch for a light or two in here on the ceiling. So anyway, oh yeah, and then one thing I did, so I measured my outer wall I couldn't remember how long the 2x4s were, so I measured that, forgetting to take into account the double top plate, which these 2x4s are longer because I accounted for it. So when I made the wall and put it up, I'm like, wait, oh. So then I just threw another 2x4 on top and screwed it into the joist up there, or roof truss, sorry. But yeah, it worked out. And yep, decided to put that outlet box with the switch on the interior of the bedroom and not into the bathroom, but we'll just put the a little box in there for a 2-gang, so I can have a fan switch and a vanity light switch as well. So there, just putting that box in there. And then I have to put these little wall brackets on the inside for the drywall to have something to grab onto, so if you put any pressure on it, it doesn't just fold in there. And then finally putting some drywall in this bathroom on at least one wall here before I get, the electrical in there, so I can only do this wall basically. And cutting out the gang box there and getting all the screws set. I don't think I show all of them because that would be a little tedious for y'all to watch, because it's tedious to do. But there you go. And then throwing up the top piece. And yeah, we'll give you a little breakdown of other aspects of the house that I worked on here in a second. All right, working on this corner of the kitchen here. I'm just trying to get the counter, or at least the lower cabinets, kind of situated. I always talked about having these over here, but the way things fit in this section, I decided to put these over here, and I made these 2 little cubbies that look like this to even out the kitchen sink, and then we'll end it with that little box over there. But right now we're just getting it kind of prepped on the wall side, so I can at least put up one drywall panel, or at least the lower drywall here, so I can kind of rough in the cabinets on the bottom. But yeah, so we just put one box here, outlet. We put the one for the stove behind there, and then we're putting a box here because I guess I was reading, this is an older trailer, so I don't think I have to have match the codes that are today, but who knows. I decided to go as close as I can, but I heard you have to put an outlet on either side of the sink within X amount of inches, and obviously I can't really put one in here because of the stove, and then that's too far away. So I'll put one here, but if I put it right here, it's gonna kind of make the casing for the window look kind of strange, because I think it would be close. But I'm just gonna put a 2x2 right here and then nail the box on it, so it's just a couple more inches out, or 1.5 inches out. So we'll do that, and then I'll put one more outlet right here, and then probably one right there, and call it good in the kitchen. So there, we'll get to work on that. Yeah, so I did put those boxes in and just didn't record it, but right there, just putting in one of the carriage bolts that goes to the metal frame below before I get this electrical put in here, since I had the Rockwool bats pulled out. So I thought I'd take care of that bolt for now, and then work on these little electrical outlets. And this here is the front bedroom again. To the left of me, behind me, is that bathroom that I was just working on previously. And so just running this wire through there so that I can finally cover this up. And then once I get these in here and put the Rockwool back in there, I can put some vapor barrier up, or a retardant, and then hopefully put some drywall up in there pretty soon. I do have a little leak on that window there, so I got to fix that before I put any sheetrock in there. So yeah, when I've been pulling all these bats out here, I've expected to see a whole bunch of stink bugs. Haven't seen any yet until this very corner here. And we got one little bugger there, so we'll get him out of there. But I don't know, maybe I'll find a nest of them in here somewhere, but I expected to see more. Happy to not see so many. So yeah, I think with all the electrical aspects that I'm showing you in this video, I think I only found maybe 10-ish or so stink bugs. So more than I'd like, but also much better than the hordes that were coming into my house in the fall that I was getting rid of nonstop. So anyway, back to the electrical here. All right, so we kind of finished this little run up here. Actually, this will be I think it'll be the first one in the series. I will come up, I'll bring the main line through the ceiling somewhere and either drill on that side of the truss or this side, and then come down and feed into here. And then I had to go through here, and these are 2x3 walls on this side, So I drilled the holes a little bit closer to this end, and since it was less than 1.5 inches, I had to nail some nail plates in there. This was a pain trying to fish this through around the corner, but got through there. Another pain here. I had to drill a little bit out so I can get it through this corner. And then we have this one back there, one there, and then ending right there. I will be putting a wall heater in right here. So I'll probably bring that up through there and then feed it into another wall heater on the other side of that wall for that bedroom. And that'll be on its own circuit. So only one other outlet in this room will be right behind there, and I'll just tie that into the outlets for that room, or maybe for the bathroom section. We'll see when I get to it. But yeah, we'll put the insulation back in there, make this a storage cubby again, and move on. And then we pretty much finished in the front bedroom for now up there. So we're working on, this is the bump out here. To the left is the kitchen, and so it's the back corner going towards my master bedroom. And just putting an outlet box up there, running a little cord through, and then putting a wire up into the light switch box. It's a double gang, and I didn't have the best angle on my camera to see that, but we'll give you a little breakdown of how that all works. Okay, before I close this up with the insulation here, just give you a quick overview. So this will be the first power outlet. I did drill a little hole right here, so it'll go, so wire will come from, well, we got to have a little, because this is the bump out, it's separate from the house, so we'll have a little junction box on the wall over there on the other side to the main house, and then we'll have a piece of wire come in the middle here. It'll come through this wall and then meet up in here, and then we'll have one split of power come up here, put this wire into this box, and this will be 2 light switches. We're going to have probably 1, 2, 3, 4 LED flush mounts on the ceiling here. So I'll have 2 switches, 2 for this side and then 2 for that side. So if I'm like watching TV, I can just have 2 on back here for like mood lighting or whatever, just so we don't have any glare, so I can turn off the interior lights or whatever. Anyway, just separate it, and instead of just being on one switch, we'll put 2. But then we have the first, like I said, outlet here goes along. I have to drill a little hole back there to come around the corner. Got one more outlet here. I'll put one somewhere in the middle, or probably closer to the window over there, one on the other side, and then one over there in the glaring light. So we'll move things out of the way, put wires in, put it back in there, and keep going. All right, and then we just continue on here through the back side of the bump out, and I only record a little bit more here because it gets a little crowded up in the other corner with furniture and couches and whatnot. So I didn't record it, but I got all the way around the corner with those outlets. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.